I am absolutely shattered. My body has taken such a big toll. I'm slowly getting over it. Today was a hard day. Today was a very hard day. I mean, I'm extremely pleased with the results from the boys. Ben in first again, and Finn getting second. And we had a meeting before in Manchester, and we knew we had an advantage of having three riders in there, and we kind of dreamt this dream scenario of a British 1, 2, 3, and as the race planned out, it could have been that, but a lot more pressure was a bit on me, being that third rider in the back, not riding my fellow teammates down, but being in that bunch, which was always going to come down to a sprint. So when it's so close, it really, really hurts. Like, it really is difficult to kind of comprehend that, it's just a few more. I do feel if I had 50 more meters, I could have done it. But, conditions was horrible. It was a very tough race. But, I'm back at the hotel. I'm warm. I've had a shower, and I've just reflecting back on the last 2 weeks, which was just unbelievable. I've raced in 5 races. So most of any of the GB Paralympic on the cycling team. I'm the only member that's done all 5 races. Coming from the track, with 3 world records, 3 medals, 2 golds and a bronze, and I came in here pretty tired. Coming off the very, very highs and all the emotions and all the effort that I have put in on the track. And there was a big part of me that wanted at least some recognition on the road. It was very close, but I'm extremely proud of what I've achieved. It's been unbelievable. But very, most definitely ready for some rest time. It's most certainly up there, with the best or the highest of my achievements or in my life, because it's what is current now. It's what is relevant now as well. When I trekked unsupported to the North Pole with a bunch of friends, and phenomenal individuals, that was the highest highlight of my life. And then you go on to something bigger, attempting Everest and, summiting other mountains. So this is definitely up there because it's current to what I am. I've focused so much on it. I've trained so hard for it. It's been such a big part of my life for such a long time. So it's definitely up there. But it's also with current times, and that's why it feels that it's so relevant. That it's right up there with some of the greatest achievements I have ever done. I've spoken to my partner Catherine early on, and I came back from the road race really sad and quite upset. And she's just like, "You don't understand, Jaco. You like what you've." She sent me actually a short video of another channel that I kind of done a small kind of piece to, and I actually sat there. And this was a year and a half ago that I sat there and I said, "I'm not going to the Paralympics just to partake. I'm going there to win medals and break world records." And she just cut it right there. And that's exactly what I've done. I've won medals and I broke world records. So I should really reflect on what I said a year and a half ago and realize that I've actually achieved what I came out here for. But like I say, it's the moment I put that number on and I put a Great Britain, skin suit on, I want to race. I want to be the best there possibly is. So and that comes with highs and it comes with lows. And today's were, it was so close. And I think it hurts even more when it is so close, when you're in a sprint with 2 other lads and it comes down to literally the line in front of you, that that, if I just had a little bit more, that I would have been there. But how amazing would have a British 1, 2, 3 have been. But no, all the best, and congratulations again to Ben and Finn for standing on a podium. The most surreal day of my life, I'm not gonna lie. It's truly like days after, and even now I'm literally still now questioning what just happened on that day and that very moment. We rode the qualifiers and I messed up badly. I had a really, really bad start, and Kadina rode one of her best laps probably in her life. She just pulled away and there was nothing I could do with it. I had a bad start, and then a bad start on top of someone on top of someone just so strong was, just, it was just unbelievable. And luckily I had the experience of Jody Cundy, who's a games winner. He's got so much experience. And even Jody came up to me afterwards and said, Jaco, even with my power, I personally don't think I would have been able to sit on her that very amazing lap Katina did. And he's just like, don't worry, we have this next one. We have a plan. Excuse me. And we watched the video back, and we were like, right, Katina needs to go in a bigger gear. And yes, it will slow her down ever so slightly, but the slight significance of slowing her down gives me more time to get on her, and it will actually deliver me on a higher speed, and then I will deliver Jody on an even higher speed. And for months and months and months, we've trained, and every time there was something wrong with the Katina, then another training session there was something wrong with me, and another training session there was something wrong. It never came together, but we knew the one day that this team sprint's going to work, it's going to be something phenomenal. And it just came together on the right moment, the right time, on the right day, in the right final. And we always knew we had something very, very special if it all comes together. And it just happened that day. And like I say, to me, it's out of every single medal I have a story and have something that I had to really dig deep for. But that one is extremely special. So yeah, phenomenal. I'm still in awe of what we have done there. And the Chinese have been a bit of a thorn in our heels for some time around the team sprint, and to take that title back off them and beat their world record is truly unbelievable. We really need to stress that this has been one of the most outstanding team successes, I think, in the history of British cycling. Every single member that has been, that's on the plane, that's here in Tokyo, has come away with a medal. I don't think that's ever happened. There's obviously a big majority of us with multi-medals. And yeah, I mean, you can't take away the successes of Sarah's story. It's phenomenal. 17 medals in a number of games. It's absolutely phenomenal. But I do think there's a number of other individuals as well that's, that stood out, beyond and beyond and above everyone else as well. And taking the pressure that's been on them and thrived on it. So yeah, I think it's been a huge team effort, and it's wonderful to be part of this collective that we have here. I think it to be selected to represent your country at the Paralympic Games at the very highest level in the world, that in itself is an achievement. To come away with medals is the bonus. It's the fruit of your labor, I believe. It's funny you do mention that. I came back from the road race actually with a little bit of a sad face on, and we share a floor with the Colombian cycling team. And there was an individual just sat in front of his door. I think he probably forgot his key somewhere. His roommate's nowhere to be found. And he just sat there crying. And I just walked up to him and said, "Are you okay?" And he's just like, "Yeah." He's just like, "I'm tired. I came here and I done so bad." He's like, "I have no results. I've ridden so badly." And I'm like, "That's not the truth, mate." I was like, "The reason you're here is to represent your country. The pride that you should have is you've made the team above so many other individuals, and you're here. The results at the end of the day, it matters to a degree, but just the pure fact that you have overcome so much and be selected for your country is much greater than some of the medals you will ever win, and you should be really proud of it." In very broken, we really, it was quite a big language barrier, but you can see that made a little bit of sense, and it gave him a little bit of relief. And I think that's the same for everyone. Yes, the medals is really just the fact that all the hard work and all the sacrifices and all the training that you've put in has paid off, and it came great at the right time and the right moment. But purely just being selected to come and represent your country is such a huge honor. And I think everyone's quite aware of that, especially in our team.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.